Hi, I'm Sean Reardon, Mayor of Newburyport, and welcome to the latest edition of the Mayor's Corner. It's actually the next edition of the Yankee Homecoming Corner. We did our Yankee Homecoming show last week. Here's our show midweek of Yankee Homecoming. It is Wednesday. I know we'll launch this tomorrow, but I'll just let you know it's Wednesday. I just came from Kids Day at the park down at Atkinson Common. What a beautiful day to be at Atkinson Common. I remember going to this as a little kid. The Exchange Club puts this on, so it's not an official Yankee Homecoming event, but it's always the Wednesday of Yankee Homecoming. And it's such a cool event because a lot of city partners are involved in it. I know Newburyport Bank was one of the sponsors this year. We had DPS down there, we had fire down there, we had police down there, we had Essex County Sheriff's Office down there, we had the Parks Department, we had the library, and a couple other nonprofits. There was face painting and games, and the Exchange Club was growing up hamburgers and hot dogs for everybody. So it was an incredibly fun event. So I was glad I stopped down there for that. And again, thank you to the Exchange Club for doing that each and every year here in Newburyport. So Yankee Homecoming, it's been a blast so far. The weather's been pretty good, really hot yesterday for the runners. I felt bad for the runners doing the 5K or 10 miler yesterday, but wow, what an accomplishment to get through on a day with 90+ degree heat to finish that race. So it was great to go out and watch that. What else happened yesterday? We had last night we had downtown music. It was country night. We had Red Solo Cup. They were awesome. It's the FAR tonight. And again, if you're not one of those people that go out there and do everything in Yankee Homecoming, and I am definitely one of those people, I do it all. But going downtown every night on a beautiful summer night and to listen to live music is just pretty awesome. So we had Billy Joel on Sunday. Like I mentioned, we had country night last night with Red Solo Cup. Tonight we have the FAR. I believe Thursday, as usual, we have Beetlejuice, and I'll get to Thursday in one moment. Friday we have Fortune. And I'm going to get to announce Fortune that night at the concert, which is great. And then Saturday we have Salem Boys, right? So the Salem Boys, they're a rockin' band. They're going to come in and then they're going to do their thing, and then we're going to have a wonderful fireworks show, and then we're going to finish on Sunday, which I get to march in the parade on Sunday. And the parade has been one of my favorite things ever since I was born. So again, for a kid growing up here, they've been doing Yankee Homecoming since 1958. Here, we're the last community who has continued this tradition of having this week-long celebration. All right, we're up to 8 days now that we celebrate, Saturday to the Sunday. It's just really wonderful. So that's Yankee Homecoming. And I'm here today, I'm broadcasting from the tannery, right? Because this is where the bed race is going to be Thursday night. And the bed race is also one of my absolutely favorite events. Federal Street is a pretty incredible street in the city. It's an historic street. There's a lot of historic structures on the street. There's a lot of brick sidewalk on both sides. And then we've got this really wide street, right? So, these are one of the original streets that used to go down to the river, right? Which is why they're so wide. They were able to handle all that different kinds of traffic that used to happen. Think of like Oakland Street, some of these unusually wide streets, Jefferson Street, some of these streets going down that lead us to the river. So Federal Street's one of those streets. So again, I'm looking forward to the bed race, and I know everyone's gonna be saying, oh my goodness, Federal Street is in the worst condition it's ever been. And you know what? You are absolutely right. I am going to try to get Federal Street done in the coming months and years here. It is such a big street, and again, to do our street work, it costs so much money, right? We only have so much money that we're able to do with it. In fact, we've doubled that money the last 3 years since I've been in office. But now it's even more expensive to do these streets, right? So now it's even more expensive. And just for an example, we estimate it could cost around $2 million alone just to do Federal Street over. So again, I'm bummed I didn't get to it this year. It's gonna make for a little bit of a bumpy bed race, but I know it's still gonna be fun. And we're gonna get Federal Street taken care of here in the near future so we can have a record-setting bed race in the future. So again, Thursday's a fun day because you got bed race, you got sidewalk sales happening downtown all day, and then you've got Beetlejuice playing down at the waterfront on Thursday night. All right, so that's Yankee Homecoming. We only got a few days left. Please get out there and enjoy it. This is like, again, one of the best weeks of the whole year here in Newburyport. What else is going on real quick? So some election news. All right, so yesterday was the last day for people to turn in their papers to get on the ballot for the November election, okay? So we're done. We know who's running. There is gonna be a mayor's race. I do have an opponent. And some news around city council. So all 11 city councilors are up this year, and many have decided not to run. So, again, and that can be good and bad, right? But I mean, for a year where I've been begging people to get involved and begging people to give back to your city, running for office is one way to do that. And we're going to have, at worst, 5 new city councilors next year, which is pretty exciting. With all the great things going on in Newburyport, all the great things that we've done the last 3.5 years, the fact that 5 people want to set up and get involved and help keep us moving Newburyport forward is pretty awesome. School committee also has 3 seats up this year, and 3 people submitted papers for it, so those 3 people are going to get on. I'm going to look forward to working with each of them as well. We have a wonderful school committee right now, and we're losing a couple members, but these 3 new people coming in are going to be just awesome. So you're in good hands as far as the school committee goes. What else is going on? So Saturday, kind of funny timing, but we're going to have the Household Hazardous Waste Day. That's going to be Saturday. It's going to be at DPS, which is at 16A Perry Way. Okay, and we're doing it. It's a regional hazardous waste day, and I talked about this last week. It's going to take place from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's going to have West Newbury involved, Newbury, Groveland, Amesbury, and then us. So I think that's it. Yep, regional waste day. So if you're wondering what you can dispose of that day and what experts we're going to have on site to help you with your disposals, go to the city website, cityofnewburyport.com, go to the Sustainability, Recycling, and Energy page, and then you'll see the information around the Hazardous Waste Day, and then there's a link on there to see the list of things that you can dispose of that day. All right, and then there are going to be experts on site, so if you have questions on things that you can't dispose of that day, they're going to have some solutions for you for that as well. There's a school committee retreat coming up on Monday. We do this every summer. We actually try to do a winter and summer retreat, but that's coming up on August 4th. On Monday. We're going to have a lot of things that we talk about. We usually talk about superintendent evaluation. We usually talk about upcoming goals for the school year, goals for the superintendent, goals for the district, goals for the school committee. And there's also one thing that we just added today. We got a grant for a study that we wanted to have done where they're looking for efficiencies between departments in the city. And so I had put in looking for someone to look at what we're doing at schools and what we're doing at the city, and is there any overlap, and are there any ways that we can work better together, and some strategies of how we do that with our department. So this has been talked about a little bit over the last couple of years. We finally did get some money for a grant, and so we'll be talking to school committee because that can't move forward without either school committee or the superintendent approval. And I just think in a day where budgets are tight and we've got to make tough decisions, we should not leave any stone unturned over, right? So like we need to know exactly, are we following best practices? Are there things we could be doing that could be, one, saving the money and then helping us run the city better, both on the city side and the school side. So I'm hoping for a great conversation, and I'm hoping I can get some school committee members on board with moving forward with this study. And then hopefully we'll have some great information as we head into budget season next year about what can be done. All right, there's line painting going on all over the city. They started about a week ago. They're trying not to do a lot during Yankee Homecoming. You'll see some chalk outlines around on our streets. I did a warning video earlier last week when this happened. Actually, it was last Friday. I'm going to say it again. When we paint the lines, whether it be the middle stripes, whether it be our crosswalks, and you can tell when they get done because they're super shiny, right? They are slippery for about 24 hours, okay? We do our best to put cones up where we can. We do so many that we don't have enough cones to put everywhere. And again, we do it at night. So the hope is that it dries overnight and it's ready for the next day. But sometimes it's still a little slippery, all right? We had a lot of people call on Friday talking about how they took a tumble. And I went out and tried one of the sidewalks and I slipped. So it is a real thing. So we're gonna try to get more information out there as we do them, but just be aware, if you see a brand new sidewalk, proceed with, it's Aaron. I always see somebody when you're doing the Mayor's Corner. Just proceed with caution, okay? Senior Affordability Task Force, we mentioned that. We're gonna be moving forward with that at the beginning of August. We've had a tremendous response to that. And this is really gonna be about utilizing residents, seniors, utilizing city departments and our boards, and looking objectively at like what we're doing across the city. How can we help out our seniors? Are there programs out there that other municipalities are taking advantage of that maybe we're not? I really want some outside of the box thinking to see if we can get creative to help people age in place here in Newburyport. Again, this is something I've been thinking about the last couple of years, and it kind of came together in this task force. And I know, we've put together a great group of people. So I'm looking forward to that. So once we get that process started, there'll be lots of opportunities for focus groups and to get feedback from residents directly. And so just stay tuned. So that's going to be coming up starting in August, going into September. And lastly, oh no, there's two more things. Regional Sustainability Workshop. I've been working with the ACES group. This is just in the beginning stages, but we're going to start working with our partners and neighbors here around the Merrimack River around a sustainability plan. I'm working with the ACES group, Art Currier and his team. We're really excited about this. We're in the beginning stages, but the idea is to bring so many experts and people with knowledge around sustainability in the community together. We've got a great model going on to reduce waste at the senior center right now. We'd like to expand that to other city buildings. And then coming up in October, we're going to put together a sustainability workshop. And that's when we're going to invite our partners in the area, and we've already begun these conversations, to come together and talk about more of a regional approach to sustainability. Again, we have some really aggressive 2050 goals around reducing waste, and so how can we all work together to help meet those goals? So that's coming up. And if you saw NBC 10 last night, you saw me on the news, you saw our wonderful social worker Trish Boateng on the news talking about our new translator devices called Pocket Talk. It's just a great way to better access all of our citizens here in Newburyport. We have about 7% of our population speak a language other than English at home. And so we wanted our city departments to try out these devices to see if we can better serve our residents. And that's my Mayor's Corner this week. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you get to go to all the Yankee Homecoming events that are left and the parade on Sunday. And I will see you next time on the Mayor's Corner.